I've just got the Royal Blasphemy gig. They've come all the way from Portugal. Now let me tell you something, these guys blew my mind. You know, they're really, really good, and I suggest you check them out. So, ladies and gentlemen, fans of the Doomsday Report, I'll give you the Royal Blasphemy. How's it going, guys?
Hello.
Hey, hi. How was your first gig here in Glasgow?
It was actually quite surprising. Coming out on a Sunday night, I wasn't expecting to see anybody actually.
Yeah.
Not that I don't trust people from Scotland. Actually, that was a plan of ours for quite some time. This is our 4th time in the UK, and unfortunately we couldn't make it before because, as I told you before, we come from Portugal. It's a really, really poor country. We don't have that much money, so all the money that we have, we put into the band because we really believe in it. And this time we actually could make it, and it was an accomplishment for us. And to see all the great reactions that we saw from you guys here, it just makes me want to come back really fast.
You definitely should. I mean, the performance was amazing. It really was.
Thank you so much.
Now, when it comes to songwriting and who generally takes the lead? Is there like a collective effort? You all got separate ideas that you gel together with?
Well, the thing is, with this band, we actually sort of recently lost a member of the band, of the original lineup, and Sergio is the new guy replacing him. He's a full member of the band now, and on this second album, he actually wrote some of the parts of the album. The thing with writing our own songs, we do like the heavy style, but one thing that we actually prioritize is to build a song. And for you to build a song, you have to build something that has a structure, has a chorus that people can actually listen, sing along with it, and they can feel it. So it starts there, and then you keep building around it. And well, way before that, there's a concept, and I'm writing the lyrics, and I can't write any lyrics if I don't have a main concept around it. So all our albums are actually very conceptual. This is about war, not exactly the normal stuff about war, somebody shooting somebody, that stuff. But the side effects of a war, if you think about people in a scenario of war, there are millions of side effects of people that has nothing to do with this war, and they lose relatives, they lose their homes, they have to move away from everything with no certainty whatsoever, and that's the main focus of this album. And once you have this basic concept, at least for me, it's quite natural to develop it into chapters, and that's when it comes to the lyric part, that's how it happens. When it comes to the instrumental part, well, all of us write that part because, believe it or not, this is a band with 4 guys with completely different backgrounds. This guy comes from the new metal school. This guy comes from the all the let's call it stoner classic rock school. That guy there, he loves all the new tendencies like Bring Me the Horizon and stuff like that. And well, I'm the old guy, so well, my main influence is and always will be a band. I don't know if you've heard of it, called Guns N' Roses.
That's kind of been with me my whole life.
Yeah, probably, and mine as well. And if you mix that with, probably the most important band when it comes to, influencing me, which is a Swedish band called Pain of Salvation. If you mix both of them together, you'll probably relate to a lot of stuff that you saw on stage. So I think that's it, yeah.
That's absolutely awesome. And you say that you're basically the new guy.
Yeah.
So what have you brought into the band? Was there kind of like an initiation period for you?
Well, the thing is, it all started because I know all these guys for about like 5 or 6 years, I think. Tiago had a venue in Lisbon, and so I played some shows there with another band that I have, my own project. And when John,
which is still full.
Yeah.
Remember that? It's a great band.
And when John had to leave the band, unfortunately, they had 2 gigs opening up for Il Nino, and so they didn't replace me really fast. And so since me and Thiago are friends and we go way back, he called out to me and said, hey, "Can you just please save us with these 2 gigs?" And so I said, "Oh, of course." And after the 2 gigs, the decision became permanent. And so, like he said, I'm all about the new tendencies. I really love Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath and everything that my parents' generation and our parents' generation brought in. But I really love like Bring Me the Horizon, Architects, While She Sleeps, and those that kind of sound, which is aggressive. It has very powerful choruses and messages, and also being a producer myself, I love how those bands incorporate an ambience of sounds, not just guitar, bass, drums. You know, all the stuff you hear on the backing track. That's part of the atmosphere from the band. I think that's really important. And as the music business is developing, you know, the way that things are going, I think you need to give people an experience, not just pull up a performance and play some guitar riffs. You need to play a show that has everything and that people will remember.
So that people are touched by the music, they feel it, you know, then they can react to the band, and then the band in turn reacts to that.
Exactly.
It's like
it's a synergy.
It's a mutual connection.
Yeah, when I said on stage that this new album is called War and it stands for We Are Royal, I really meant it. We are nothing without, you know, the people that follow us, that support us, that are there looking at us. So I don't see the Royal Blasphemy as just the 4 of us, well actually the 5 of us, because our manager is basically a member of the band. He's been with the band forever, he's supporting the band like
in every way.
But I feel like the Royal Blasphemy is more than us. Is the people there that you know feel what we feel while we're on stage. I mean, being on stage is probably the best feeling in the world. Well, at least for me. I mean, it's something that, you know, it's kind of difficult to describe, and to see that you transfer that energy to whoever is in front of you, it's actually a miracle. It's like, man, we're all in the same page. We are all royals. So that's the main thing with the name of the album.
That's decent. That is. I mean, it's like a heartfelt message.
Yeah.
You know, that everybody can
be a part of this.
Exactly. It's like a big family, like the Metallica say we have the Metallica family.
Yeah, exactly.
It's in the same way as that.
Perfect example, yeah.
You know, so I mean, how many gigs have you got going on this tour?
We did. This is the 3rd gig, and we have 5 more set up already.
So it's quite a busy one then.
Yeah, it is. If it was depending on what we would want to do, we would be touring like always. It's not possible, you know, money-wise. It's pretty much impossible. But every single time that we come out and play, we make the best out of it, and we try. Well, at least in the UK, which is the 4th time, we try to go as far north and as far south as we can possibly go, so that, you know, we can feel all that I described to you before with everybody. It's kind of interesting that you guys have you know, British people, Scottish, Irish, Welsh. Everybody has their own identity, but it's kind of strange because they have like this sort of British identity with their own differences, and when we are playing, the reactions that we have are actually quite similar. It feels like, again, I'm not saying anything new, music is an universal language, and when it's you know, put out together in a decent way, everybody feels it and falls along with it. So I think that's the main thing.
And the main question I have is how you're dealing with the Scottish weather.
Not good. Not
I'm
good.
perfectly fine, as you can see. Well, but in about 10 minutes I'm not gonna.
I'm suffering. Well, the cold doesn't really affect me like
it's not nice, is it?
Let me show. You know, when it comes to my throat.
He has like 15 layers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And he is inside.
Well, that's how you cope with the Scottish weather when you're not from here, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's really affecting my
You
voice.
have more clothes than me.
No, I'm just wearing 2 layers, mate. I'm just fat.
It really affects my voice, and tonight was a hard gig for me, but I felt like, man, these guys came out in a Sunday night. I mean, they deserve everything that I have and something more.
I mean, it was a bloody good performance, you know.
Thank you so much.
I mean, I can't say enough good things about it. It was really good, you know. And I mean, I noticed your new metal influence from the get-go, you know, because I was a big part of like the new metal rising, let's say, in metal, because growing up I listened to bands like Guns N' Roses, you know, Survivor, Starship, Europe, you know, all the classical power ballad, you know, type bands. And then during the 90s it was different. You know, I listened to a lot of dance music. You know, I got into the whole rave scene, and then new metal kind of dragged me back to you know, heavy metal, and from ever since then it got heavier and heavier. And now I'm on the underground circuit meeting all these bands. I realise how much talent there is.
In fact,
you know, and it just amazes me. You know, and one thing that I would like to say is, now that you're touring Britain, is there anything that you would like to say to any new fans, you know, that are watching this? Because, well, we have people sharing this up and down like the country. Yeah. Now we've been like interviewed you. No doubt it'll be getting shared in Portugal. You know, so is there anything you'd like to say to your Portuguese fans in your native language?
Well, let's begin with the British fans. One thing that I always say on stage, and it's not like an act, it's a real thing, is people need to come out and see gigs. People need to support, especially the local bands. I mean, the big bands, they're always gonna have their, you know, their tickets sold and stuff like that, and thank God for that. I'm not anything against that, but you know, the local bands, they need you guys. They need you to come out. They need you to join whatever they're doing. They need you to support them. They need you to be there for them. If you're not there, there won't be any places, any stages open for any band. There won't be any bands. There will only be DJs doing stuff at their rooms. That's it. I mean,
support your local scene.
Support your local bands, support your local venues. That's where it all begins. If that doesn't happen, nothing happens.
That's true.
When it comes to Portuguese, pó caralho com vocês todos. I'll explain you that later on.
Right, anyway, I'm going to have to cut this one now. But I've been Esteban. This has been the Royal Blasphemy, and this has been the Doomsday Report. Keep it metal.
Keep it metal!